How's it going, guys? It is Isaac from Oz Exotics and Aquatics again, and today I'm going to do a quick video on my Alloniscus A.perconvexus bin, also known as the Commando Isopod, a cool little species that is native to the west coast of North America. I have collected this colony from a location in central, kind of southern California, which the location will remain disclosed for various reasons. But their care is super easy. Don't really see them in the hobby just because not too many people keep them or have access to them. And as you can tell, they're not really set up as your normal isopods with like the flake soil, the leaf litter, and stuff like that. They definitely need that sandy beach kind of driftwood pile setup. I also use hardwood lump charcoal just kind of to provide some extra surface area and stuff like that. And you can see one of the larger adults who just ran away, and one of the youngins. Honestly don't know what generation that is, but they have been breeding for me for a while. Not too difficult of a species to keep, honestly. Like I said, they're just not kept by too many people or made available. I am not permitted to ship these throughout the country, at least not as of now as I'm making this video. Excuse me. But I do anticipate being permitted for at least a couple states. I was denied for Texas and Florida, but I will be working on a research project to hopefully change their minds on that one. But in the meantime, I will be working on other states. But back to their care. Super easy. Just provide a deep substrate. I actually have sand from their original collection point. I have not tested other types of sand and stuff like that, or their salinity yet, but I will definitely do so and make an update video with all the technical numbers and parameters and whatnot. But you know, just some normal beach sand if you can get it. I'm sure reef sand for like saltwater tanks and stuff would work. Something probably live, I guess, like straight out of a saltwater tank would probably do really well because you have all that bacteria and stuff already gone. Definitely want to have some like driftwood that's been soaking in like a saltwater system of some sorts. If you're kind of inland, like, I don't know, the Midwestern states who don't really have access to a beach, kind of soak it in a saltwater tank if you can, or have someone do that, or order fresh driftwood from a coastal state. I don't know how exactly you would get that, but you're gonna want some type of like beach driftwood. It's gonna be really important for these guys, at least from what it seems like. They don't seem to like eat it as quick as other species per se, but they definitely seem to appreciate it, and that's where you find them in the wild, is the piles of driftwood on certain beaches in California and up and down the west coast. But as far as their diet in captivity, I feed them these unsalted organic kelp strips or seaweed strips. Kind of use them for I think sushi normally, but I don't eat sushi, so I use them for isopods. Even my normal isopods like Armadillidium and Porcellio species will kind of chow down on these as well. Even my dubia roaches every once in a while appreciate some kelp strips, but these guys definitely is important. Kind of want to replicate that marine based diet, which seems to be like a variety of macroalgae and kind of beached kelp and such. I also feed for protein. I do like freeze-dried minnows, always a good source for honestly most isopod species, including these guys. I also like using New Life Spectrum tropical fish diet, which I'm sure if I got their marine formula, it would probably be a little better for these guys. But even the tropical, like freshwater formula, seems to have a lot of marine-based ingredients. So they seem to do quite well with this. And I will also use Hikari Cichlid Gold, the medium pellet, just because it was free and that's what I got. I don't like using too much of that because they don't always eat it all, and it will kind of get that fuzz mold, which I kind of just missed down and let it do its thing. There's somehow silver springtails, or some silver springtail species that just magically appeared here. They don't really seem to mind that it's a like marine based setup, which I found very interesting. So they kind of helped me with that. So yeah, a little win-win. But the pods themselves definitely need that deep substrate. As you can tell, there's not that many out right now because they are not very fond of the light. There's some bold ones, of course, but most of them are going to be in the substrate. I probably have a few hundred in here, believe it or not, but they're all in the substrate. And you can kind of like see some evidence of their tunnels. Doesn't really pop up too well on camera, but there's tunnels like everywhere. Let's see if I can, a couple young ones. And I have heard of a locality a little further from where I've collected these guys that will produce like a higher orange pigmentation in these guys. I have not gone out to go collect any or try to find and observe them, at least not that locality. This locality seems to produce like 2 or 3 kind of different shades, which will be like a kind of like a whitish shade with the black speckling and stuff, or like kind of like a lighter green color, kind of like this guy, where they'll kind of have like a tannish beige orangish color. And I noticed some of them will have orange heads and some of them won't. Not really sure what's up with that. Never really bothered to line breed these guys. I kind of want to keep them based on locality more than like morph hunting. But a couple specimens. They definitely appreciate the wood. I just added this piece recently, and as soon as I did, I saw babies, which they get much smaller than that. And I've seen some about a quarter of that size, and that's probably like a quarter of an inch. And I'm sure they're even smaller, to be honest. I just never kind of dig around in substrate. Here's a big adult with some babies. Super cool. I can kind of see why they're called commandos, because they blend in pretty well when they're not moving. But yeah, that's about it. I don't want to make this video too long. Oops. But they are pretty easy to keep. Like I said, I'm not allowed to ship these anywhere except California. But if you're in California and you want some of these, let me know. We can talk prices, talk shipping. And if you're not in California and you're interested in these guys, message me anyways at Oz Exotics and Aquatics, and I will let you know when and if I get permitted for the state that you were in, and we can work something out. But hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Super cool species. I hope to get Alloniscus mirabilis, which is another species around here, so to kind of show you guys that one as well. But in the meantime, I will be enjoying these guys and kind of doing more research to hopefully introduce them into the hobby a bit more and get them to more hobbyists. He knew I was going in for the shot. That's why he ran away. Little bastard. I'll get you guys some B-roll.